Welcome back into CBS Sports HQ, turning to the world of college hoops. So it has been a week for the undefeated teams. 3 undefeated teams finally lost. Ginny, do you know who that included?
Tell me.
My Oklahoma Sooners.
Oh, man.
You know, I don't have a lot to cheer for. I mean, our softball team's phenomenal. I guess basketball, whatever. Anyway.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, exactly. And if you take a look at these power rankings, we are very heavy SEC. Yes, there was a shakeup. Oklahoma, Texas no longer a part of the Big 12. But normally we see a lot of Big 12 teams in this position. Now it is all SEC. Let's welcome in our Kyle Boone. By the way, if you want to see his full power rankings, you can go to cbssports.com. Kyle, let's start with the #1 team in the country in your power rankings, according to you. That would be Auburn, and you said they are the king of college hoops until otherwise proven. Why is that?
Yeah, that's right. 14-1 on the season. They've been the best team in college basketball by a fairly wide margin. #1 in net rating this season. They have the best player in college basketball in Janai Broome. They've been so far the best team by a pretty wide margin, really performed well throughout the season and performed well as of late. So the power rankings, I really take into account what you've done for me lately. That is not a predictive metric. It's not a Gary Parrish's top 25 season-long resume. This is a vibes ranking, and Auburn has the best vibes in college basketball. As such, #1 in the power rankings.
Well, let's talk about a team, not #1, but you do have them up from #5, Duke. They managed to take down SMU and Pitt, who are both ranked. How much is the defense carrying this team right now?
Yeah, it's been tremendous for Duke, and surprisingly so. When you're relying on so many freshmen, as Duke is, you would expect there'd be some growing pains. They have the #1 defense in adjusted efficiency in all of college basketball, relying on Cooper Flagg, relying on Con Knipple, 2 guys who are true freshmen who are just 18, 19 years old at the college level. They've been really good. 9 straight wins. They own the top defense in college basketball. The only team in college basketball this season to beat Auburn. That may well be their crown and joy so far this season. They've been really good throughout this entire season and coming on strong of late. I think that's really impressive, especially for a team that is so young.
A big riser you have this week is the Michigan Wolverines. They're sitting at 9 right now. They were not ranked at all last week. So why such a big jump for them?
Yeah, they were really impressive on their West Coast swing here of late, Amanda, and that's why they get the big bump into the top 10. They dominated a USC team that's been pretty good. Danny Wolf, 7-footer, had 6 blocks in that game, went on the road and beat UCLA just several days later. Vlad Golden scored 36 points, career high for him. They have 2 guys down low in Vlad Golden and Danny Wolf who can beat you on any given night. Really good balance. Dusty May, the first-year coach there, has made a tremendous impact on that Wolverines program. They've been consistent, and really, as of late, the vibes are very high for that Wolverines team.
Michigan coming in at 9, a team right behind them that is very interesting right now. Utah State coming in at 10. And you talk in your article, look, they've won 5 straight. You said they're primed to win the Mountain West. So can they go ahead and do that? What do they need to do to sustain that? And how are they going to compete with some of these top other programs?
Yeah, so far, so good. You know, they're 15-1 on the season, 5-0 in Mountain West conference play, only one of 2 teams in the Mountain West who has yet to lose a game in conference play. And it's really impressive. Like, they lost their coach this offseason to Washington. They lost their best player in the offseason to Washington. And yet they just have continued to roll behind Jared Calhoun, and this program has been able to find some balance on both ends. They've got some experienced guys, got some guys out of the portal, been able to develop some guys in-house. So far, so good for this Utah State team. I would imagine they win the Mountain West. They've been so good this season.
A team that's not in your power rankings is the reigning national championship, the UConn Huskies. We just had Rip Hamilton on, so I'm glad he is not here to give you what he thinks about this. So why the drop for UConn?
Yeah, UConn's out. UConn's out. This is only a top 16 power rankings, and they beat Providence in a game they probably should have lost. They ended up losing last night to Villanova in a game they definitely should have lost, or maybe even should have won, depending on how some free throws went. But just they have not been playing their best of late. Liam McNeely, the true freshman there, has been dealing with an ankle injury. And even after the game, Dan Hurley, said, like, if you want to play UConn, if you want to play us right now, this is a really good time to play us. They're leaking some oil. They're a little bit vulnerable. Some of their guys are having to step up into positions they're not typically comfortable playing. So I think this UConn team is going to take some bumps and bruises here over the next couple weeks before they get to full health. And for right now, they're moving out of the power rankings.
Kyle, we appreciate it. It is Thursday. I almost thought it was Friday. I was going to say have a good weekend. But if I don't talk to you, have a good weekend. Enjoy the games coming up tonight. By the way, we've got a triple header coming up on CBS Sports Network. Taking a look at that. Liberty at CM Houston. That is the late one. Tip-off is 9 Eastern. Check it all out on CBS Sports Network.